It is time for the post-game show for 11:39. We're going to be looking through the comment section of the review video and just seeing what the takeaway was from the latest chapter. What are people talking about? 9 out of 10, it's going to be about Scopper. It's going to be about Shamrock. It's going to be about all that good stuff. So let's just hop in and see for ourselves. Here we go. Top comment is actually me, myself, and I. If you play Master Duel, please make sure to use my campaign code. I'm trying to get some more gems, guys. Fiendsmith is expensive. Shout outs to Fiendsmith. Also dominating the meta. Now, top comment besides me, it says, Oda, revealing the missionary of love the week before Valentine's Day. What a man. Yeah, wait, no, you're cooking. You're so cooking. He really is doing that. And the thing is that the chapter officially releases on Monday in Japan. So this is the week of Valentine's Day. So yeah, that really does feel purposeful, doesn't it? And then we have a break week, and then the week after that, imagine we see the Missionary of Love also going crazy on Gear 5th. I don't know. So, down below, they say, finally, after 27 years after his appearance in Buggy's flashback in Chapter 19, and 14 years after appearing drinking with Crocus in a cover story, Scopper Gaban appeared in the manga in the present time. Yeah, dude, it's one of those things where it's been so long, and so many people have been making Scopper theories that no one ever knew if he was going to make an appearance. That's how crazy it is, right? If you go to people making, top 50 lists or top 30s or top 10s, top 20s, nobody really mentioned Scopper. And it's not because we didn't expect Scopper to be strong. It's just that we didn't know if Oda cared about him, right? Even after we met Rayleigh, it's like, okay, Rayleigh's cool, but Scopper. All right, and then when you think about typical shonen and, animes in general, you meet like the number 3 and then the number 2 and then the number 1. But the fact that we skipped straight to Rayleigh, people were questioning Scopper's existence. Like, will we meet him? Is he at Lodestar? Is he at Saboti, Fishman Island? Is he in Wano? Like, people kept on making those theories. And I think after a while, people kind of got jaded. That's why when we saw the silhouette off of Elbaph, it's like, okay, is it Shiki or is it Scopper? And that's why the Shiki camp was kind of large, because people just didn't expect Scopper to be the guy. But yeah, here we are, man. After all these years, we finally got him. And also, if you go back to Chapter 19 and you see Scopper's first design, bro, he looks nothing like he does today. I think that's most characters in One Piece. I think the funniest one is Marco. You see Marco when Shanks goes to Whitebeard's ship, and he has black hair, he's got the big lips, and then you meet Marco today, and it's like, wait a minute, it's not even the same dude. There's also a guy in Roger's crew. I believe his name is Sunbell. If you look at him in episode 0 of One Piece, and then you look at him today, he's straight up a different race. In episode 0, he's a white guy. And then you go to present day, and he's a fishman. What's going on, dude? What's going on? So, going down below, they say, another parallel with Gaban and Sanji is that Gaban's child literally has Sanji's exact hairstyle. Colin and Sanji? Do they? Well, okay, now I gotta look it up. Colin and Sanji. Okay, I can see it. Yeah, they cover the eye. Wow, I didn't even notice that. I will admit, I saw this comment, and I was like, wait a minute, is this a reach? But now that I'm looking at it, no, you're right. Yeah. I mean, different hair texture, but the hairstyle is very similar. So, going down below, they say, my theory on the Dosundaras. There's a lot here. Okay. Dosun is an onomatopoeia used to represent the sound of hammers hitting something, which is why the character Dosun from the Hody Jones crew has that name, as he is a hammerhead shark and uses a hammer to fight. I actually did not know that. That right there is a good bit of lore. Thank you. I always love learning new things. They go on to say the datas of Dosun Dara can be read similarly to the tatas of the Tontatas. Due to the connection with hammers and the Tontatas, I think the race is a blacksmithing dwarf race, a hybrid between Tontatas and dwarves, actual dwarves. Okay, I really like this. I like this a lot. We go on, and they say the Sea Kings say at the end of Fishman Island. Yep, here we go. Okay, yeah, this was okay. If you didn't say this, I was gonna say this next. Yeah, the Sea Kings said, hey, let's bring the ship to them, referring to the Noah's Ark, and we don't know who they are talking about. At first, a lot of people assumed giants because the Noah's Ark is massive, right? Who's going to repair a giant ship? Giants. And of course, they have atom wood, right? So we don't know what the Noah's Ark is made out of, but it could be atom wood. So yeah, maybe the Dosundaras are who the Sea Kings brought the ship to. All right. And what's the final word here? If the race of the blacksmith dwarves really exists, it is possible that they are the ones the Sea Kings were talking. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Funny enough, we thought about Totatas and giants, but I didn't think of it this hard, and I didn't correlate it to dwarves. So I really like this connection. Going on, we got the next comment, and they say, this run of Oda must be studied. He could have gone on break after the last chapter to come after the chapter and reveal another legend in the story. This is an unprecedented chain of chapters for real. Yeah, I'm starting to believe this theory up here, right? The first comment that said, ooh, it's Valentine's Day. I think that this is what it is. Oda is pretty cognizant of when he releases chapters and what days fall in line. Like, just thinking back, like, he doesn't always do it, but he is somewhat mindful of it. Like the Buggy chapter, when we learned of Cross Guild and what they're all about, that was on National Clown Day. And I'm like, okay, you know, like it's right there. It's right there. So I think that's the reason why. I bet he wanted to take a break, but he didn't because of the Scopper reveal this chapter falling in line with Valentine's Day. And that's probably why it's just 13 pages, to be honest. This one says, I bet Sanji and Scopper both rush in to protect Ripley at the same time, team up for an attack, and then get mad at each other. Who's more chivalrous? Ooh, wait, that's cooking. That's good too. Wow, these comments are pretty decent. Yeah, Sanji and Scopper tag team attack. They both attack with love. You know, I like this. I like this. And it wouldn't be insane, even though Scopper uses axes, it wouldn't be nuts. Because we did see Zoro and Sanji team up for an attack back in Wano against King and Queen, where, you know, Sanji was above and then Zoro was below with the swords. Yeah, maybe it's like that. But then again, Scopper's weird because we've always seen him with 2 axes. And in this latest chapter, he threw an axe at Road and Luffy, but he never picked the axe back up. You know, now he has a key in his hands. We don't see any axes. So it's like, how does he fight? Does he still use the axes? Did he leave them behind? I don't know. I would love to see his axes though, you know, jokes aside, because I do wonder if his axes will be considered a graded blade, like maybe supreme grade, maybe just, you know, super grade. I forgot the Meito rankings, but yeah, I do wonder. The mountain hospital that Scopper took Roger to was possibly Kureha's. I like that. And their interaction might be why. 1, Kureha knew about Roger's D. Good word. Roger's D. Kureha knew all about it. Just like how Montoya's girl knows about everybody else's D. Hirulook looked up to pirates, having possibly witnessed that event, depending on when he came back from the Cherry Blossom place. And yeah, I like this. I do like the Kureha and Roger connection. I do think Kureha will be a prominent figure of the past, right? It's teased that she might have been a pirate. She knows about the Will of D. How does she know, right? Why is she the oldest human in existence? You know, minus the Gorosei, Dr. Kureha is the oldest living person. Why? Is she a celestial dragon? Is she special? Did she find something? We don't really know. So I think Kureha lore is much needed. And again, it goes back to what I've been saying. This is why I love the Scopper reveal. He could give us so much. Like literally, Scopper is a blank canvas and Oda can throw anything at him. Not even joking. So going down, they say it's funny that Scopper gets the Sanji comparison because Oda basically gave Scopper Sanji's egghead outfit. Yeah, it's 1-to-1, bro. It's literally 1-to-1. Down below, they say, I noticed something about the mural and Harley compared to Greek myth. Oh, here we go. Each section of the Harley begins within the earth, within the void, and within the... Oh, now you're right. Earth, void, chaos. The primordial gods of Greek mythos were Gaia, meaning earth, Tartarus, which is the abyss - bottomless pit, which could also be the void, and chaos. Could that be the 3 creatures in the mural? The deity of the earth was enraged together with the hell's serpent. In myth, Gaia became angry with the Olympic gods for destroying her offspring, the giants. She created Typhon, a serpent creature, to battle with Zeus. And funny enough, you know, I know the sun god is not Zeus, but Luffy did wield lightning kind of like Zeus. Ooh, this is a good theory. Wow. What are you guys on this week? I know everybody and their mom is on Ozempic, but like you guys are on something else. Oh, dude, these are some fire comments. Not bad, not bad. This is a good theory. I mean, shoot. Yeah, I like that. And you know what? I'm gonna keep an eye out, dude. I'm gonna keep an eye out. This next one says, not gonna lie, I think Gaban is gonna train Usopp in some way, and that's how he will get the Elbaph power-up. I like it. I mean, we have seen that Scopper does have the best observation on Elbaph by far. Like, he's the only guy who's sensed the strange haki coming from the castle. Nobody else did, right? Not even Sanji, not Usopp, not Luffy, not Zoro, nobody. Not even Jinbei, right? You gotta throw Jinbei in there as well. Even though the Giants in there, the Giants are huge. I'm assuming their haki's bigger if you compare it that way. I don't think it works like that, but you know what I mean. So yeah, Gaban training Usopp in observation hockey, I think could be powerful. Maybe even Usopp goes up to Gaban and say, hey, Gaban, I'm just the regular guy. Like, how do I keep up with these monsters? Like, Gaban, how'd you keep up with Roger? How'd you keep up with Rayleigh? And then maybe that is when Gaban hits Usopp with some life lessons. I would absolutely love that. Base level, though, I think Gaban's going to train everybody. Like, again, I think just him being here, being that presence, I feel like he could just tell everybody what is up. So now, next comment, they say, I think for the Whirlpool, he just does it with his 2 axes like a Zoro does wind tornadoes with his blades. That's probably how he took down all the pirates and the trees at the same time. Yep, and I mentioned this in my other post-game video. In the last video, I said that in a lot of games, fantasy games, MMOs, whatever suits your fancy, usually when there's a warrior class with an axe, they do just, you know, twirl it in the air. There is some kind of spinning attack. So if Scopper is the man marked by flames, and that is the explanation Oda gives, I don't think it would be a bad one. I feel like that would fit really well. But yeah, Scopper being the man marked by flames, I think that is the best candidate by far. Like, it makes more sense than Saul, and it makes more sense than Kuzan. But of course, Oda could just introduce a new character, right? We have Godites coming in. We also have a lot of other characters from the old era who we haven't seen present day. So yeah, up in the air, but I think Scopper is my current pick. But to be fair, before this, I had no pick, right? There was no way it was going to be Saul, bro. It was no way, no way. This one says, Scopper looking a lot like Dr. Correja in the face. Plus, the doctor he took Roger to may have been her on Drum Island. I'm thinking Correja might be Scopper's mom. Who knows? Now that you say it, Correja is so damn old. That bag of bones could actually be Scopper's mom. If I recall correctly, she's either 120, 130. Scopper is younger than Ripley, so he must be like 79, 75-ish. So yeah, she literally could be his mama. And down below, they go on and they say, she even lives inside a tree. I wouldn't be surprised if Scopper lives on Treasure Tree Adam. Plus, Correa had some axes and skulls in her room, kind of similar to the house ornaments on Elbaph. Oda and his parallels. Gotta love it, man. Correa also has those same Gojo type glasses, right? The circular ones. And that's what Scopper has. I like it. Another banger theory. Wow, Break Week is really doing something to people, by the way. Like, dude, Break Week brings out the best in everybody. This one says, I bet he had some crazy swimming feet like Rayleigh. Does Rayleigh have a crazy swimming feet? The only thing I think of when I think of Rayleigh and swimming is back when Hachi said he saved him from drowning. But that's not exactly a swimming feat, right? That's like a drowning feat. That's actually no feat. Maybe his whirlpools are him using his spin attack underwater. Am I forgetting something? Does Rayleigh have a swimming feat? We know that Rayleigh goes underwater to coach ships, right? Because he has to like get the entirety of the ship, but I don't know if I consider that like a swimming feat. And like I said, the first thing I think of is just the fact that he was drowning, and that's why he likes Hachi, because Hachi saved his life. But either way, let's assume Rayleigh does have swimming feats. Maybe I'm forgetting something. Maybe I got bad memory. But yeah, maybe it's like that. Of course, we do know that Sanji is a good swimmer. We know that Brook is also really crazy on water. So Scopper being in water, you know, doing a silly whirlpool attack, I like it. I dig it. And that does sound very One Piece-y, right? One Piece is so crazy, this could actually be the case. Shamrock kidnapping Cullen would be like revenge for the Roger pirates seemingly kidnapping Shanks. Oh, that is true. Yeah, and maybe we get some dialogue out of Shamrock too, like, hey, like, finally, revenge! I always wanted a brother! And now you'll lose your son. Down below, they say, Shamrock gonna stab the Master of Love, Rip Gaban, in the story for 5 minutes. No, dude, I've seen people saying that Gaban's gonna die. I can't see it. I can't see it. Oda loves his old dudes, right? If Scopper dies here, I will admit I'd feel pretty bad for him. Like, the guy has a kid, he has a wife, he's just chilling, bro. Like, let the man retire. Let him retire in peace. He is the world's greatest cave explorer. To parallel Sanji, Scopper sensing weird hockey was really him sensing a female on the island. Oh, no, you're right. That could be it. I mean, of course, it could just be like the demonic hockey, right? I think that's the obvious answer. But if Oda really wanted to be goofy, he could just say that Scopper really just sensed another female. Because Sanji, when we first arrived on Elbaph, when he was flying up in the sky, he talked about that too, right? He's like, oh, like, not any females around. What's going on? Yeah, Sanji, ooh, that parallel is crazy, dude. That parallel is crazy. What if the pirate that Shamrock was talking about was the left hand of the Pirate King, Roger, which would kind of explain why he's going to the school as well, for giant children, to kidnap his son and make himself shown. That could be it. Or like, hey, there's a pirate I need to talk to you back in chapter 907, and then that pirate is Scopper. Maybe. I think Loki still makes more sense, but Scopper wouldn't be bad either. Like, hey, like, can I attack Scopper? Would it make sense to kidnap his son? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Come on, Sai. Long limb race is just a long arm tribe and long leg hybrid. Okay, I see what you mean. I'm not too sure which translation you read, but some websites translated this differently. Actually, they're two separate things. So right here, they say the Buccaneers, the Dusundaras, the long arms, and long legs. So he actually distinguishes them. He doesn't combine them like you're referring to. But yeah, like I said, that is just a translational issue. Every website does it differently. Every translator does it differently. But from what I saw, they distinguished them, and that's why I kind of looked a little bit deep into it. But now, going on to the next one, they say Oda took inspiration from Kingdom Hearts, and Scopper now has the Keyblade. Yeah, I'm gonna admit, man, I've never been a big Kingdom Hearts fan. I played 1, I played 2, and let me tell you, I don't like the Keyblade. I do not like the Keyblade one bit. Good soundtrack, though. I think the soundtrack is phenomenal. Now, this one says, the way Scopper holds the key in the last panel makes me want to see him use it as a weapon. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I can't imagine. Wait. If Scopper doesn't use it as a weapon, then the only way he can fight is with his feet, which again, another damn Sanji parallel. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I think he will use the key, but if he doesn't, he's going to be kicking. He's going to be freaking kicking. Oh my God. Zoro's not gonna like that. Zoro's gonna see this guy and be like, okay, all right, Sanji. This one says, wasn't it weird that the axe seemed to be giant size, but Scopper is a human, ? So the axe that Scopper throws at Road and the Straw Hats, it could be a giant size one. I don't think that's bad, but I also don't think that's Scopper's axe, to be fair, because we're in a room right now with a bunch of weapons. Right, when you go back to last chapter, when the Straw Hats were walking by and they saw the King Harold portrait, we saw swords, we saw halberds, we saw axes in the background. So maybe Scopper picked one of those up and he just threw it. And that's why he doesn't have any axes right now, because he didn't want to pick that one up again, because it's not his axe. That's how I presume it. And plus, we know that Scopper has dual axes. That was just one of them. And then we didn't see a second axe behind him. So yeah, I don't think he has his weapons with him. I think it might be at home. Maybe he put him up on a wall or something. Or maybe he could just, like, you know, do like a classic anime thing where he just whips it out from behind him. And we're like, whoa, where'd that come from? And he's like, well, use your imagination. I don't know. But yeah, I think it could be a giant axe. And I think he just threw it. All right, we've seen some crazy feats in One Piece before. Like, I bet Zoro could probably, like, throw a giant axe as well. Same with Luffy, same with Sanji. Sanji could probably kick one. But yeah. All right, so this one says, if Roger was being treated for an illness, we did see in Skypiea that there were trees that could get infected and pass that on to humans, like in Odin's flashback. So maybe their trees were cut down to prevent the spread of illness to said trees. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the reason why Scopper became the mountain eater and chopped down the trees is to save people? That wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. As far as Roger's illness goes, it could be talking about Roger's illness that kills him, or it could just be like a different illness, right? We don't know for sure. We kind of do need more context for the situation. And there have been a lot of trees, like you said, that are poisonous, right? Moving past just Skypiea and the trees up there, we also had the trees from One Piece Strong World, right? We have the, I think it was called Daft Green. We have those giant plants that were poisoning the villagers, right? So maybe there were bad trees. Or maybe Scopper just didn't like the way it looked. I am sensing a flashback. With Scopper's reveal, we are in the prime spot for one, either for Loki's incident, we don't know if he was there though, and why he would be a main character there, or maybe what I'm leaning way more towards, a more complete God Valley flashback, now that we have the whole Garland family revealed and all of this lore. Also, Scopper mentioned Kaido, and he seems to enjoy talking. Yes, I agree. And this is, again, why I love Scopper. God Valley, easy. He was there, the Pirate King's left hand. Of course, he knows what went down. Give us more context about Shanks, Garling, Shamrock. What is the treasure of Hachinosu? Rocks D Zabek. Dude, let us know about that. Why did they fight? Why did they protect celestial dragons? There's so much Scopper can bring to the table. All we have to do is ask. That's all we have to do. Like Rayleigh in Sabaody. Rayleigh said, hey, you guys want to know about the Void Century? I'll tell you. we could have gotten the answer right there. I get it, right? Luffy, Robin, the Strats, they want an adventure. You know, they want to learn it for themselves. But I'll admit, if I was there, I'd be like Usopp. Usopp was about to say yes. Usopp put his foot on the table. He almost said yes. Oh, wait, sorry. It was Luffy who put his foot on the table to stop Usopp. But you guys know what I mean. And also, here's a good question. If you guys were in that room, Luffy wasn't there, you know, he's not there to stop you. Would you have asked Rayleigh what went down? Because I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm impatient. I would still go on the journey, you know, if I was a pirate. I'd still find the One Piece, but I would love to know. I would love to know. Spoil me, Rayleigh, spoil it. This one says, Oda introduces Yasan. Readers, yes sir, yeah. I've asked pretty much everybody what their thoughts were when they saw Yasan, and I think about like 8 out of 10 people immediately knew it was Scopper. You know, I feel like the anime onlys, right? If you're anime only, you know, you don't really watch YouTube videos or watch theories or see anybody talk about Scopper, you might see Yasan and you're like, who the hell is this guy? But for us, people who have had that damn cover page where we see him talking to Crocus, you know, people who've been, you know, talking about Scopper every damn year, we knew immediately. Like, we saw the glasses. Yeah, it's done. It's done. And then, of course, the axe, right? The axe was like a giveaway, man. The axe. The drip is going crazy today, Sai. Oh, thank you. I don't even know what I was wearing. Let me think. Yeah, I have no clue. I appreciate it, though, brother. This one says, given that there is some sort of secret passageway behind King Harold's former throne, it is possible that the fourth and final road poneglyph will be concealed underground, similar to the previous one from Wano that was kept underground. That, or I like the idea that the final poneglyph is in the heaven world, because we haven't been there yet. Nobody's really talked about it, right? Dorian Brogy brought it up, and that's it. Nobody's mentioned it. Like, what is going on up in the heaven world, right? Well, what is that heaven world hiding? I think it could be the poneglyph. So now, next comment, they say, I think about it like this. Imagine him doing a spinning attack so powerful that it chops down all the trees on the mountain. Now imagine the same spinning attack in water. That would make a okay, it looks like everybody's on the same boat here. My dragon is the man marked by flames, has been char-boiled. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Dragon was another candidate. Yeah, Dragon was a candidate. I didn't like the Dragon theories. I thought the whirlpool thing made sense because Dragon has some weird wind ability, but Dragon doesn't have a black ship. So that's why I dismissed the Dragon ones right away. But yeah. I forgot Dragon was like a big candidate. And then, of course, when it comes to Dragon ship, there is some like discrepancy because in the manga, it looked black, but then in the anime, it was like brown. And then it's like, wait a minute, like, which one is closer to what Oda envisioned? Did Toei fumble the coloring, like Sunbelt from episode 0? We don't really know. But yeah, that is personally why I never liked the Dragon theory, but I think it made sense, though. I think the wind was there. The wind was there. This one says, it truly is the best time to be a One Piece fan. Yeah, it is. I agree, brother. I think it's always a good time to be a One Piece fan. I think just having, this is gonna sound weird, but I think having something in the week to look forward to outside of like your real life, if that makes sense, you know, like outside of like your day-to-day, you know, going to work, going to school, whatever, I think it's nice to come home and have something waiting for you every week or almost every week. I think it's almost healthy, right? Just having like a little side hobby or side thing you really enjoy. I think that is really good. You know, whether it's One Piece, whether it's a different manga, or whether it's gooning, right? Like just having something there on the side to just put your mind at ease and to relax into, positive. WW. This one says, I can't believe you went over a nice 30 minutes. Yeah. Who would have guessed, right? It's not like all my videos are super long for no reason. And that's kind of why I have this channel too, aside from like the spoiler channel, minus like the monetization issues. But it's like every video on this channel is like a solid 30, 40 hour, 2-hour video, man. It's all about the long form conversation. And the way I see it too, you know, here's some YouTube tidbits, but there's a lot of content creators who make really good content and it's like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes, right? So it's like, okay, I gotta do something different. And I really do like having these longer discussions, not a lot of editing, you know, we're kind of just chilling, talking it up. That's typically the type of YouTube videos that I enjoy on the side. Like I just like people rambling. And it's because I'm over here playing League of Legends and losing. And it's like, yeah, like why not have some nice background noise, right? Something that's not super distracting. So now on to the next comment and the final comment as well. They say Roger had Ace with Rogue. Gaban had Colin with Ripley. Does Rayleigh have any children with Shaggy too? Since she is a Kuja, she could only have daughters. So my bet, if anyone is their daughter, it would be Marguerite. Who is this again? Is this the blonde-haired girl from Amazon Lily? Marguerite, let's see. Yeah, blonde-haired girl. I think they do have a daughter. I think you're cooking. I think you're cooking with that thought train, but I don't know if it's her. And the main reason why is just because she doesn't seem that prominent. She was important back during Amazon Lily, but that's about it. That is about it. And we've never seen them interact. She's never mentioned a dad or a mom. So if that is the case, then they definitely just abandoned her at that point, right? Or they're like estranged even. But yeah, I like the idea that they have a kid. This comment right here is actually a very popular theory, but people are saying that Mihawk might be their son, which of course is like 180 to like the daughter theory. But yeah, Mihawk being a part of that family has been pretty prominent. And that's just because I think Shaq and Mihawk have the same like sideburns, but I don't know if that's like enough to say they're like related. But I do think overall though, Rayleigh and Shaki, I think they have a kid. They're out there somewhere. Maybe the reason why we don't see them or they haven't talked about them is because they don't want them to be hunted by the world government. Kind of like Ace, right? Ace was hunted by the world government because it was Roger's son. So maybe Rayleigh and Shaki dropped off their kids somewhere because they don't want that treatment, right? They're like, okay, they're gonna kill my daughter, so we gotta hide them. We gotta not talk about that person. And as far as Gaban and Colin, let's be real. Who's going to Elbaph to assassinate this kid? No way. And even if they do get to Elbaph, it's a giant ass kid, man. How do you assassinate him? But with that being said though, guys, thank you so much for being here. Really freaking appreciate it as per usual. I love doing these videos. Love seeing what you guys are talking about. I think we walked away from this video with a lot of pretty good theories and thought trains. I really enjoyed it. And yes, it is a break week. So, you know, we're chilling for another week and a half-ish. I believe we have a couple of videos coming out on the side. Should have a Brago collab up, a Zonin collab. And then we'll be right back with 1140. But with that being said though, I'll catch you guys later. My name is Sai, and I'm signing out. Peace.